Good morning, I'm Jerome Grégoire. I'm a Senior Manager for Powertrain at the Hyundai America Technical Center, and I'd like to describe to you the options of Powertrain that will be available with the new Elantra. So the first engine that is available is the SMARTSTREAM Powertrain 2.0 liter. It is capable of 147 horsepower, and we've developed a few features to improve the fuel economy, such as a block-integrated EGR cooler, a variable displacement oil pump, and we also worked down to the piston on the skirt coating and the location of the cooling jets. The engine is mated with an IVT for intelligent variable transmission. What is special with our application at Hyundai is that the variator is a chain type, which is a benefit for fuel economy, especially when you're driving in overdrive at the limits of the ratio of the transmission. We call it intelligent because of the shift control strategy that is available on this vehicle. The transmission will be shifting smoothly like a continuous variable transmission if you're driving normally and easygoing around town. But if you are in a need for more power, the transmission is capable of step gear behavior, very similar to an automatic transmission, and will give you that confidence if you need it for passing maneuvers. Then I'd like to introduce you to the architecture of hybrids for Hyundai. We call that architecture TMED. That stands for Transmission Mounted Electric Device. Most of the components in this architecture are located at the front of the vehicle, such as the engine, the motor, the transmission, and the starter generator. And in the back of the vehicle, underneath the rear seats, we have the high voltage battery that also includes the 12-volt battery. The engine is a 1.6 liter Kappa engine with gasoline direct injection. The engine delivers 104 horsepower and has an excellent thermal efficiency at 40%. This was made possible by features such as an Atkinson-cycle, continuously variable valve timing, and a cooled EGR system. To make our hybrid powertrain efficient, we also made the choice of using a dry dual clutch transmission. DCTs have an architecture that is very similar to manual transmissions and therefore have great mechanical efficiency. In this case, 94.5. To further improve the efficiency, we also worked on the friction by implementing low friction bearings and low viscosity oil. Also, we worked on reducing the weight by implementing aluminum mounts to fix the transmission on the chassis. The transmission is capable of handling a torque of 200 pound-foot. The high voltage battery is a key component in the system, and in our application, it has a capacity of 1.32 kilowatt-hour. The core functions of the battery is to provide electricity to the motor when you're in EV mode driving, or to assist the engine when you're in hybrid mode. Also, the battery provides the power to start the engine on and off as you're going and transitioning from EV mode to HEV mode. The battery also has the function of storing energy that's coming either when you're coasting or when you're applying the brakes through regenerative braking. The motor is a 43 horsepower capable and has a great torque of 125 pound-foot. Its functions are to either drive in pure EV mode when the engine is shut or to assist the engine. Also, the motor will be used to generate electricity as you're coasting and feel an engine brake feeling, or when applying the brakes. The last component is the starter generator. Its core function is to start the engine the first time in the morning, but also as you're going on and off from EV mode to HEV mode. Occasionally, if you need to charge the battery because its state of charge is rather low and you're driving slowly on the uphill, the HSG will idle and recharge the battery. Regarding the performance of the hybrid powertrain, we wanted the experience to be very similar to a conventional vehicle, and therefore we changed the tuning in order to have a more dynamic response for the same amount of pedal compared to the previous generation of hybrid. The hybrid system overall has a horsepower rating at 139 and get an outstanding 54 miles to the gallon on the ACL trim level and a 50 mile per gallon on the limited trim level, which make it the best in class for fuel economy. Thank you for your attention.